So, a lot of games in this round of 32, and we're going to be ranking them now. Well, JayDee will be ranking them in terms of how entertaining they are.
Excited.
So why don't you get us started with your tiers, JayDee?
I like this. If we could get the graphic just to come up first of all, so I can make sure I get my tiers correct.
There we go.
Okay, cool. This is perfect. So, as we said, like my boy Jimmy has already told you, there is not a bad game on today at all. So I'm going to break this down for you, and we're going to try and rattle through these as quick as we can, just so I can give you a bit of a guide as to how to enjoy your afternoon. Brazil versus Japan is, I think, going to be the actual game of the round of 32.
Nice.
It's the old dog in terms of against the new dog, and it's the history that we see in between them. It's a cancel your plans type of afternoon, because I believe that you're going to see an element of history. Do I think Japan will have the quality in the final third to beat Brazil? That's a question mark in their own right. But understand, if I took off the shirts of everybody and I turned around and said to you, these are just 11 players on separate teams, you would be surprised as to who's going to look like Brazil and who's going to look like Japan tomorrow or tonight, this afternoon. So I'm looking forward to this one. Germany versus Paraguay, this is where you catch a nap. This is exactly where you catch a nap, because I do believe... Now let me explain. I know my brothers over here from the CONCACAF region. I know what they're going to turn around and say to me. But I will say something to you. Even though we've seen Germany struggle throughout certain moments of the qualification stages, I do believe that their quality will shine through against a Paraguay. Germany get an element of confidence when they know what they can do against a team that I think will sit in deep and try and make it difficult for them. If they get an early goal, you will see the game unfold as it does. Netherlands versus Morocco. This is another one. Cancel your plans. This is where you set your alarm, get your dinner plate ready, and understand that this is arguably going to be another game of the round of 32. I'm looking forward to this one, and one that I actually won't predict as of yet, because the quality on both sides and how both of these two teams want to showcase what they can do at this stage of the World Cup is going to be phenomenal. Now we get to some of the juicy ones. Now, looking down here, I'm going to make sure I get my flags right. This is Ivory Coast, of course, against Norway. Again, it's another cancel your plans. Two teams that want to showcase what they can do. And when I say that, I mean, I love what Ivory Coast, in terms of the transition, you see the quality that they have, some of the wingers that's being touted with some of the most ambitious teams across Europe, against a Norway team who I've touted from the beginning to be the dark horse of this competition. France versus Sweden, if you've got time, because it's almost a foolproof plan in terms of what France are going to do. Tony's giving me no eyes at all. I like this.
Yeah, just France. I just think with those superstars, they go a little bit higher. But go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
We'll get to you.
We're still rattling through. Now, this is where you got to help me out, gents. This is Mexico down here versus Ecuador, I'm correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, cool. We're going to make sure this is a can't miss. And the reason why you can't miss it is not necessarily what's going to happen on the pitch, but the culture, the fans, the build-up, and watching those communities come out off of the pitch. You need to watch the whole build-up. Get down there if you can, because this is going to be one of those that I think is going to showcase an excellence of why this World Cup is so brilliant. England versus DR Congo.
Take a nap.
Take a nap.
Take a nap. England have struggled. Struggled.
No, don't be swayed, JayDee.
You know me.
Congo's
I'm
good.
never swayed.
I'd put that can't miss.
No, let me tell you why it's a take a nap. Because I do genuinely believe this will be the slowest game of football you'll watch in the round of 32. Congo sitting tight, they sit deep, they want to turn around and make themselves really disciplined, hard to break down. And England have already showcased they struggle in the low block. Hannah Cash, you want to get in?
I was just going to say, so before you go to the next round, boys, do you have any arguments?
I would move England up a little higher.
Yeah.
One?
The can't miss. I'd go to can't miss. I actually think that's a really good game.
Because you think the upset's going to happen?
Potentially.
See? He's trying to set us up for failure. He's trying to play with our heartstrings a little bit.
The Germany-Paraguay, for me, if you're like a tactical type person, you like to watch the game and move the pieces, for me, it's a can't miss. I like where you put it just in general, but I think if you're someone that likes, if you just take the names out and the jerseys and you're like, want to move the pieces around, that could be a fun one for you to watch, because two teams that go completely different styles.
I love that, Tony, and I know exactly where you're going, but I have to put someone and take a nap.
No, I get it.
I have to give my viewers some chance to relax.
Yeah.
We do have a comment here on YouTube. Brazil versus Japan has been the matchup I've been waiting in a World Cup since watching Captain Tsubasa when I was a kid.
See, and I can tell you that's a pure fan that is waiting for these type of moments, because that is a true, what do you call it, underdog story here. An opportunity for those that have been sleeping on Japan and what they've done in Asian football for the last few years. Believe me, they're going to be no fear. The system and who they are against Brazil, they're going to have no fear. Let's go.
Japan have never won a knockout round game.
And that's the problem. You have to beat the history. You have to beat the footballing gods.
They had Belgium
on the ropes,
and they ended up 2-0 up, and they end up losing lose in the last 20 minutes.
Conviction in the final third is going to be super important. Belgium versus Senegal down here. Again, it's one of those. Again, you're talking to the football purist. I'm telling you, this is a can't miss because I love the way that both of these teams shape up, and I've actually given Senegal the nod just genuinely because I believe that Senegal have the ability to upset a lot of bigger teams, so-called bigger teams in this competition because of their discipline, the way they shape up, and their quality in the final third.
Okay.
Ooh, here we go. Take a nap, everybody.
Here we go. The USA versus Bosnia.
She's loving that.
Now, I'm actually going to do something I wasn't thinking of doing. I'm actually going to throw to you lot. Where would you lot put this?
Oh, for us, it's to cancel your plans.
So, but let's just think. If you're a neutral.
Well, I think the U.S. has been one of the most attractive teams in the first round of this. If I'm a neutral, like, I'm really intrigued by what they're doing against a team that is about as gritty a team as we're going to find in this competition in Bosnia. For me, it's cancel your plans. Hannah, you can ask me any question. It's cancel your plans. That's
okay.
I would say this, too. When you're the host nation, there's something about watching a team that's the host.
Yep.
Yeah,
the
that's
energy is different around that. And
Yeah.
so you're kind of cheering for that team in some ways.
See? That's what you do. That's what the World Cup's about.
For us, cancel your plans. But at the very minimum, I would allow can't miss.
Shock my boys are going to be doing their thing, not the watch along, but you know what we will be doing. Spain versus Austria. I always think this is going to be an interesting tie. I'm a little bit trying to work out as to what's going on. I've seen good parts of Spain throughout the tournament. I've seen bad parts of Spain. I don't know if Austria have the quality to turn around and challenge them, especially in the final third, and push them to make them uncomfortable. I'm going to put it in if you've got time. If you've got time this afternoon, make sure you tuck in and, we watch it and then we'll see in terms of what that looks like. I know from a purist perspective, Spain can sometimes overpass. They can overcompensate. They can overpossessable if there is such a thing. And unfortunately, Austria will probably be lulled into submission.
Spain's one of those teams that haven't played their best game yet.
And that's the best part about them. They're kind of rounding off and they know how to handle a tournament.
In that category.
Now, here's a surprise package. Portugal versus Croatia. Now, I do believe you have living legends on both sides. You're talking about two 40-year-olds that have really showcase what they've done and deserve all of their flowers. And one of those 40-year-olds are going to go through, and it's probably going to be Croatia. So I'm telling everybody to can't miss this one.
Wow.
The reason why I say can't miss is because watch this be the surprise package. I do believe that Croatia will showcase what they can do, especially in the bigger moments here. Okay, Switzerland versus Algeria. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to take no disrespect, but you can take a nap on that one probably. Just because
it'll be a good game.
It will be a good game. I like Algeria, especially in transition. Love what they do in the counter-attack. Switzerland, again, another team that really love being there, but how far do they actually believe that they can go? Again, question marks will be there.
Some of my favorite games have been the ones you didn't expect.
Like I'm so glad you said that.
New Zealand, Iran was a 2-2 game that was really good.
I'm so glad you said that.
Algeria, Austria was 3-3. Obviously, the implications of that game.
Jimmy, throw me the alley-oop because I'm going to catch it and tell you now. Australia versus Egypt, I'm putting it as a cancel your plan.
Whoa.
Now, let me explain to you why. Let me explain to you why. Because we haven't seen the best in terms of from both of these teams. I've seen them struggle in individual games. But this is one of those that I actually believe will be an open affair. I genuinely believe both teams will feel like, hey, we have an opportunity to create history here. And sometimes those are the best type of games. Egypt will go into it and believing that they're the confidence because of the quality they have in their squad. Australia will know we could have drew someone that was a little bit harder. We might have already played better teams in this competition and showcase what we can do. That right there could be an all-out, we say, goal-scoring affair because they haven't demonstrated it so far. But I'm looking forward to that tie. Now, here's one for the heartstrings. Yeah, Argentina versus Cabo Verde. Mm-hmm. My gosh. Okay, I'm gonna be respectful and say if you've got time, watch this because any chance you have an opportunity to watch Leo Messi, watch him, take him in, enjoy the greatness because you might not see someone like this ever again in your life. But I will say, I'm not looking at the score. I think Cabo Verde have already exceeded expectations. So whatever they do at this point here is just a showcase of their brilliance. And then the last one, we can just turn around and have fun because I'm always going to root for Ghana regardless. I'm going to always get my Azonto out and a little two-step. And I'm going to tell everybody you can't miss this one as well. So have a little bit of fun with this one and place it, if you don't mind, just because my OCD is a little bit crazy, but okay, there's nothing there.
They didn't want to do that.
They didn't want to listen to me.
It's a lot of flags.
There's a lot of flags. But I thought that was quite an even TV guide. Some of you are old enough to turn around and understand what a TV guide is, but but this is a fair perspective of how you should probably go into the round of 32. I tried to be even, tried to be fair to some teams. I even disrespected my own nation, but that showcases to you that I mean it, and I'm prideful, and the USA are the ones to watch, right?
No, the England one surprises me a little bit. I understand we joke and banter, but they've got so many stars in that team. And now you got a Congo side who's as good a defensive side as anyone in this competition. And I'm thinking like this could be one of those days that either England takes the next step.
That's a can't miss.
Right? Yeah. For me, that's the only one I would really make an argument for putting it in a can't miss.
Okay.
At least I don't know.
I'm so glad you said this. Just make sure you both text me when you're in the middle of that game and after 45 minutes or the first hydration break and ask me how many chances you've seen.
Well,
that
would make it even more can't miss for me, right? Because then England's not. I'm assuming you're saying it because England's not scoring goals. They're not attacking.
They're not fluid.
Right? No, they're not the fluid team. That's why I think like this. For me, it's fascinating TV to watch. It really is.
Well, everyone, I think we do have some comments here on YouTube. I got Croatia winning. Portugal is disjointed. Poor build-up play. Lack of a proper outlet.
Who are they trying to say that is?
I don't know.
Disjointed, poor build-up play, lack of a proper outlet.
Proper outlet?
Put a name on that.
Yeah. Say it with your
There might be a
chest.
couple players that you're trying to reference.
Come on.
Here.
You're trying to take a sleep on USA versus Bosnia?
USA, Bosnia, take a nap. Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this video from Morning Footy. For all news and insights regarding leagues around the world like EFL, Serie A, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount+.